All right, hi everybody. Welcome back to Book and Sip. My name is Erica,
And I'm Drea.
and this is Book and Sip, where we read some books and take some sips. And I am sipping on a Olipop today. Yes, it's a simple drink, but it's a delicious drink, especially this apple flavor. So this is a limited edition. If you haven't got the apple flavored Olipop, I would definitely try it. Dre, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a wine. I thought this was a different type of sip. So I came with a little something.
Hey, my little something will be next time. I'm excited for you guys to see my next something because I'm
Okay.
gonna try my hand at a martini, but we'll get to that later. All right,
Fancy.
so we are going through chapters 9 through 16. I think I told you guys 9 through 17. So if you read to 17, we will talk about it a little bit. If you stopped at 16, we might spoil some stuff for you. All right, so we are 18, 16 chapters in. How do we like Kara Lord now?
Well, let me just start and say I am not a fan of
Still?
Kira. No, I do yes, no, she's not my person. Um, we kind of talked before and you had me consider some things, but I just think I don't like her. I don't like the way she's written in this book. I think she's just too mean. She's too curmudgeon-y for me.
I don't know. I didn't like her at the beginning, but she's definitely grown on me. And I'm not gonna say I grew up as a man hater, but I grew up as like her, where it's like I can do it on my own. I don't need your help. I don't need you to come over here try to rescue me. So I feel like we're similar. I feel like we're similar. I do like her. She was a bit too mean. Yes. She was really mean, and I feel like she's calmed down more. I think the
I
town's grown on her.
I think, and so here's where my judgy nature comes out because I think that she wasn't just mean to Bennett, right? She wasn't just like, oh, he's a cute guy. I don't want to see him. I don't want this person in
Mhm.
my circle. I need you to help me. She was also mean to the townspeople until she needed them.
This is
So
true.
she's like, I'm not gonna do my farm. I don't need anything from you people. Just leave me alone. And now when she's busted and her farm is not in good condition, she's like, oh, I'm here, friends. Come to my farm by the beautiful trees. Mm-mm.
Okay, so basically she didn't want anybody, so she needed money.
Right.
Mm,
That's how she's being portrayed here.
that is true. However, when she is snowed in, when they're snowed in, they're talking to each other. Do you feel a bit better about her character?
I because I'm a nice person, I was empathetic for the issues that she's been through. So I can understand that she felt like she needed some self-reflection. I just don't think she has done enough or did it in the right places.
And in her defense, I will say she came down there to get some space. She was going to live in her house. She said she was going to live off the grid.
True.
And honestly, it would make me uncomfortable. All these people coming up to my house. I just moved here. Y'all over here bringing me
Yeah,
cookies and inviting me. Why are all y'all here?
that's true. That is so true.
I just, I just
Yeah,
want to grieve the loss of my sister getting married, and y'all are here.
that's true. Very true. Valid.
And apparently, they don't
Maybe
take
by
no
the
for
end
an
of the book,
answer.
you will persuade me that she is a good person.
Okay. All right. Favorite scene with Kyra in it. I know you don't like her, but was there a scene in particular that she was in that you liked?
I enjoyed the skating scene with Kira. It gave her a bit more humanity. You know, you see she's vulnerable, she's very scared. She'd never done this before. It makes her very like everyone else. You understand you're scared of falling, you're scared of getting hurt, you're scared of what people are going to think about you, you're new, you're awkward. I loved all of that. That was a good scene for me.
And I did like the fact that she openly, in her head at least, said she wasn't going to bail on her probably only friend in this town, Iris,
Yes.
who is still helping her. And she came there for her.
Yes.
My favorite scene was when she was describing Bennett as sweet and warm and soft, and in her head she was thinking to herself, "Am I describing a man or a cinnamon bun?" Which isn't that a nickname for some people when they're super nice? People call them cinnamon rolls.
Maybe,
I feel like that's a thing, maybe among younger people.
maybe.
That brings us to our game. Things that describe a man and food. We have 15 seconds on the clock. Name me some things that will describe man and food. Go.
Greasy.
I'm gonna go with bold and smooth.
Oh, sweet.
A bit nutty.
Yummy.
Mmm. Dark with 3 shots of cream and sugar.
Kind of like a cinnamon roll, but a honey bun.
Ooh. And I'm going back to your favorite, a ding dong.
Yeah, the ding dong. How could I forget? I've met plenty of those.
That's sad. All right. How has Bennett Ellis' character developed?
Okay, so I have done also a little bit of changing my opinion of him. I think
Okay.
this author um wrote him to be more of a believable, well-rounded person. We get to see his entire family, how he interacts with people, how they rib him, how the town is used to him, and the book club wants to invite him like he's this thing, but he does have this secret area where he doesn't want to tell people that he has been used and abused by these mean old women because he wants to be the helper. So I think in his character development, we see that he's constantly thinking, how do I not fall back into the same
Bad habit.
place? Yeah.
Yes.
So he's aware of it and he's trying to do something different. He's not accomplishing it, but at least he
No.
is saying he's attempting to try something different.
And see, I'm wondering if he's actually being used and abused by mean women, as he says, these women are just taking advantage of me. But then he kind of realizes the fact this woman doesn't need me. She doesn't want my help on anything. And now I don't know what to say. And it's like, and he said himself, okay, did these women leave me because when there's nothing else for me to help with, I'm deep down boring?
Maybe, I often think kind of like money. Some men have this way of acting like, oh, I have all this money, I have all these things, I can do all this for you. And then get mad when the women that they attract are like, do for me, give me, do all these things for me because you have all this money. In the same
Yes.
similar situation as him, where you put yourself out there as I'm the fixer, I'm the doer, I'm the this and that. Now it's like you think you're not giving anything else because you've never told me you can't give me anything else. It may be
Yes.
just a mutual imbalance that he doesn't really realize who and what he is yet.
But on a more primal, maybe I'm gonna say maybe more of a sexist note, I feel like that actually is in most guys' nature to want to fix and to want to help. Not so much now, but I feel like that was really, really a thing. Like if I can't do anything for you, then what is my purpose in being with you besides the fact that you need me sexually?
Yeah, I'm I'm a little older than you are, but I do remember growing up and my dad is like, this is what a man does. You do these things. I'm going to show you how to do this so you can help yourself. But when you get a man, he should be doing these types of things.
Yes.
So we were all kind of put in this area where we're looking for the man to do those manly things.
Yes.
So
So,
that
and
should
I,
be a prize. That should be a prize. I don't know why he's running into the user girls as opposed to the ones that are happy to find a treasure like Bennett.
this is true. This is true. So, and maybe the girls he's with are just in that bad boy phase, or
Maybe.
like her. She said she was in the guys with the net tattoos and sometimes a tattoo across their forehead, which my gosh, what kind of men were you into? A tattoo across his forehead? What did it say?
Child. These days ain't no telling.
All right. Favorite part featuring Bennett.
I like the intimacy of the house. When he shows up, he's trying to be Mr. Nice Guy. I brought you this shovel. Let
And it
me help you
backfired.
out because I'm thinking about you in this storm that's coming, and then she already has it. And so, like to your point, now he's like, well, I guess I'll just go because there's no need for me to be here. So I like that scene where she's like, but you can. I want you to stay. And then this,
Yes.
yeah.
And see, I think my favorite part with Bennett, and see for me, it's between the ice skating scene because I really like the ice skating scene with Bennett, him essentially coaxing her out there, having her come out on the ice, and just knowing what and she said it was irritating that he did know why she was upset. Like I didn't show up to your farm. I'm sorry. I was busy. And I mean, that bothers me too when I am upset. And even though I want you to know why I'm upset, it bothers me if you actually do know why I'm upset, which means
That's
you're
that
paying attention. Now I
that's
can't
that
be
cray
mad.
cray girl thing.
You should know why I'm angry, and then you know why I'm angry, and now I'm even angrier because you know why. Oh, we're a mess. How do men deal with us?
Terrible.
Are you finding the plot predictable?
I mean, yes, but that's why we're reading the book. It's because we know that we want these two supposedly unseemably non-matching people to end up together in some romance that we all dream about. So we know why we're here.
I'm going to say yes and no. Yes, we know. I mean, they're going to end up together. It's the predictability of the story. It's comforting.
Yes.
However, the flow of the story has not matched what I predicted. Like I
Hmm.
predicted the first kiss was going to be at the ice skating rink. That's when
That
I thought it
yeah.
was going to happen. I thought it was going to be some random mistletoe somewhere. And it was like, oh, there's a mistletoe. We have to kiss. That was my thought process. Or I thought she was going to slip and fall on the ice and he was going to catch her and they were going to kiss. I did not predict some crazed hockey player running into the back of them and then running off.
Yeah.
I'd have been pissed.
Yeah, we would have yeah. I would have made you fight them for me.
You go fight them, and
I could go get them.
I'm gonna crawl off the ice because I'm done, absolutely done.
Yeah,
I
well,
do appreciate the fact that when she was done, he's like, I'm just gonna pick you up and carry you off the ice. I'm not gonna make you skate back out.
yeah,
And if you haven't been ice skating, yes, your ankles hurt.
they do.
And I'm so mad because my mom said that ice skating was like rollerblading. I was like, cool, I can do that. Love rollerblading. I can rollerblade. The second I stepped on that ice, I was like, she lied to me. This is
Hmm.
not like rollerblading. This
I
is
I used to ice skate a lot as a child. I bought rollerblades when I was an adult. Bad decision. Yeah, I was terrified. So I to me now at this point, I think they both are the same in my mind because
was they?
yeah, I it had been so long since I've been ice skating and rollerblading was terrifying. I was always scared of ice skating because I was scared I was gonna fall and someone was gonna run over my hands. I
Ooh,
was I
some
don't know
Final
why this was
Destination
a thing
stuff
in
right
my head the
there.
whole time. But I can see why somebody would say that they're similar. But
They're
I didn't
not.
grow up rollerblading. I grew up roller skating, which again, different type of muscles, completely different type of muscles.
Yes. Yes. See, I bought my first pair of roller skates and I am struggling.
Okay.
I'm struggling with the roller skates. I figured this got to be way easier than rollerblading. If I know how to rollerblade, roller skating will come
I
easy.
would
It's
think so
four
too.
wheels. It's not, and you could stand perfectly fine. No, absolutely not. It was it was tough. It was tough. And ice
Interesting.
skating, I went one lap and I held onto the rail the entire time, and then I was done. So I'm not doing this anymore. My ankles
Okay.
hurt.
All right.
First kiss. Well, I already said it. I did not predict that to be the first kiss. And I did not predict for it to turn into a full makeout scene. I thought it was going to be like a quick romantic sweet kiss, and this was a I want you now kiss.
I mean, they're both there. They're both in their minds thinking these things. And I like you, like I could have seen it happening at the ice skating rink, but once it didn't happen there and he shows up at her house, um, in the dark before a storm comes, I already knew what time it was.
It was
That's how we're
predictable.
gonna that's how we're gonna get there. Okay.
I will say it did kind of wane back and forth with me because I was like, okay, he's leaving, so he's not going to stay during the snowstorm. And then it was, okay, so these people are here, so now he's gonna stay during the snowstorm. And it was like, okay, they all got their stuff, they're leaving, so now he's gonna leave. And
Yeah,
by the end of it, I was like, what is happening now? Like you thought of some crazy excuses to go back there.
indeed.
Why is the holidays the worst time to be alone? According to Bennett, the holidays is the worst time to be alone. This is why in his head he wants to hook up with Kyra because who wants to be alone during the holidays?
Yeah, okay, part of his story when he talked about Nicole and his dating habit thing
Mhm.
was he made the comment like, it was I got my rocks off. I date these people for a couple weeks. I get to do the grown people things and then or I get a date to my holiday party so I don't have to go alone kind of thing. And it's almost like if you diminish the value of your partners in that way, then you're really not any nicer than the girls who took advantage of you. But I
Mm.
think that anytime a holiday, you think about family, you think about partnership, togetherness. So then just to be this one person sitting there in the corner alone, that's never fun.
Other people make it bad.
Yes.
I think other people make it bad because even if you are perfectly content being by yourself, being alone during the holidays, if you go to some type of function, some type of family thing, the first thing they're going to say is, so, where's your girlfriend? Or so, where's your wife? Or what happened to that girl from 6 months ago?
Yes. Where are those babies you're gonna give us? We're ready to have grandchildren.
Yes. So then it's like, okay, well, thank you for calling attention to the fact that I'm alone, even though I'm totally okay with it. And then you get the, well, I know the nicest girl that you would just love, or I know the nicest guy who is somehow still single that you would just love.
Indeed.
And it's like,
Indeed.
I'm okay with being alone right now.
Plus, even music tells you like you're supposed to be like what the song that says, like I'm coming home for Christmas or baby, I'm coming. So he's far
Yes,
away. He's trying to rush home to be with his love of his life because that's where he's supposed to be Christmas.
yes,
All
yes.
the music even tells us we're not supposed to be by ourselves.
And he already says his favorite time of the year is Christmas. So, I mean, you're going to listen to all this sappy Christmas music. Do you think there's a dead body or money?
I definitely do not think this is a dead
I
body.
don't think it's a dead body
This
either.
is
They
not
have
a
not
murder
brought it
mystery
up again.
mystery, so I'm pretty sure this is not a dead body. Now I also don't think it's money, but I do think it's something that this previous owner thought was valuable,
So
which
something
could
that's
also
not
just be
really
sentimental.
valuable, but like valuable to them.
Yeah, which should really be more like sentimental.
And see, that was my thought too. I think it's more of a sentimental treasure as more than a actual you're gonna be rich type of treasure.
Right.
Although, oh, you muted yourself. Although it's going to be odd if it is a dead body. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we all know that these sappy things end in a grand gesture. Is it
I'm
going to be a cliche grand gesture or something original? I'm thinking it's going to be cliche. Like the whole
I think so
running
too.
after them, you know. I think the only thing that won't make it cliche is since Bennett is the one that's leaving, it may be her like running to get to him before he gets on the plane and flies off. So that would be different than the guy running after the girl to get on the plane before she flies off.
I think so. I think
Maybe
I
cliche.
agree with you that it's gonna be cliche. I think that he's gonna be supposed to leave and maybe he'll go, but then come back. Like he'll get there and he'll realize his home is exactly where he left it and he needs to go back to where his heart is.
Okay. Although, and I don't even know what an original grand gesture would look like at this point.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think it's all been written in
Yeah, I think
some
it's all
way
been done
or
before.
fashion.
It's all been done before. All right, we're at the end. Our honorable mentions, things that didn't really play a part in the story, but it's interesting to see, or it might make you have to read it again, do a double take on it. And
Okay.
besides, this makes them feel all manly and stuff. So what is it that makes them feel doing manly things makes them feel manly? That is the first one. And watching men do manly things. I don't know, something about watching men do manly things is it
I mean, like that man lifting that tree right there. Anytime
right?
their muscles are bulging or they're sweating. Oh yeah, I mean, you're gonna look like, hey,
It is just and it's totally non-sexual. The activity, but there's just something about it that's just like, oh, like I said, we all tilt our heads to the side and we just stare.
just admire
All right, we move from thighs to forearms. What do we like better, thighs or forearms?
forearms.
Yeah, I have to agree. I have to agree forearms.
Yeah.
Like thighs are nice, but the forearm muscles, I don't know what it is.
I also like this little space right here on a man that's like the
The
shoulder
clavicle?
muscle. Yes. That neck part where and then like if they strain the little veins, I'm like, oh yeah.
She went
Okay.
in on the
Now
neck.
y'all
Okay.
know. Call me.
It's either this. I don't. Yep. Guys, work out more. Same goes for us, but still.
Yeah, but still.
Bennett said he thinks he has a damsel in distress king.
I think so. I mean, we all
I
kind of have some weird things, and so this isn't a bad one to have, really,
and he
especially
said
if you're
he
the
thinks he
damsel.
right. He actually says he's right. You're right. I get off on helping women. This is the problem.
There are worse issues to have.
That is true. If you could have any type of weird kink, damsel in distress kink is not bad. I'll
Yeah.
always be in distress.
Listen,
Right?
I need
I
help
need
right
help.
now.
Right? Can you help me
Please,
open this jar of pickles, please?
please.
Right? I'll always have a jar of pickles that needs opening. All right. Henry Cavell. This is what she says he looks like.
I mean, you
I'm
know,
not
perspective.
I'm not bad, and this just might be a bad picture. Like maybe there's a better picture.
No, I think that's a good I've seen his other pictures and stuff, but I think that is a good the facial hair, the darkening color of his hair. I mean, I think that's probably the more I don't maybe brute look that he has because the other ones are really
Hmm.
kind of clean and but I think that's probably for me one of his more attractive looks that I've seen him have.
I'm not gonna
But it's
lie. I
not
think he looked
my
better in The
thing.
Witcher. The Witcher was my thing.
You like the long white hair.
Yes, the long white hair. That
Okay.
that that was a thing for me. But I'm glad I have a face to go with um the book as I'm reading it.
Yeah, like for and I that's not my style, but that's hey, that's a perfect look for her.
It is. It is. And I can see how like seeing him in the suit, it's a little odd, but picturing him in the snow with his flannel jacket on,
He's
in
been
his
weirder to me.
vest. that hits a little differently.
Yeah, maybe.
The lumberjack look. That's a thing. That's a thing.
For me, if he's a lumberjack, I need him to be a little bit more beefy. Give me a thickums.
I think. Oops. All right, guys, we are at the end. We're coming into chapters 18 to 21. If you read chapter 17, then you know what's coming. No pun intended. So 18 to 21, spice warning, guys. This is going to be its own entity. And if skip it, go forward. We're going to talk about it. We're going to need some drinks as we go through this. Guys, comment down below, pick one of the questions. How are you liking the plot so far? How are you liking the characters? Are you still a Kyra hater? I'm not. I'm Team Kyra. I'm sorry. I know you're Team Bennett.
Yes, definitely Team Bennett.
Who are we on board for, guys? All right. See you next week for chapters 18 through 21. Have a good day, guys.
For
Bye.
inviting me.
You'll be with me next week.